Today, the mysterious, the magical, the missing, and...
Hello? Hello? What the heck was that?
the downright weird.
Travel with AAA's Discover Oklahoma.
Hi, and welcome to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. We are on the trail of mystery this week. In fact, we're at a place where mystery mingles with history. We're talking about Oklahoma City's Film Row.
This is an area that was once full of thriving businesses that were centered on the movie industry. It was deserted for a while, but now all these great Art Deco buildings are being repurposed and reimagined.
Now, what about the ghost of Film Row? Is it real? Is it imagined? We're actually going to do some ghost busting for you coming up in just a little bit.
But first, our show Wagner introduces us to a pair of Oklahoma illusionists. This is a father-son team whose American Indian heritage enhances their mystery.
Lost City, Oklahoma is saved away securely among the tree-tunneled roads of Cherokee County. Named for the native villagers who vanished from here without a trace, even as their campfire burned, Lost City is known as the site of the first meteor crash in the U.S. to be recorded via camera network back in 1970. And just when you're thinking the town couldn't possibly be any more mystical, in walk illusionists Jeramy and Bobby Neugin.
And that's the first time it worked. You know how many blondes we tried this on?
Their brain-twisting acts have been called magic on caffeine and have put them on balance with some of the top magicians in the world.
They went from just playing around like that to a full-on professional show overnight. Whenever we decided to do it, we decided we wanted to be the best at what we can do. You know, didn't want to be a birthday party clown magician. We wanted to either go, you know, all the way to the top or nothing, and that's what we've been striving to do.
The pair has built their reputation on an ability to weave truth with superstition, confirmed history with legend and lore.
We want to be educational and entertaining with our shows. There's a lot of weird, bizarre stuff in Oklahoma that people really didn't know about.
Our state lays claim to more than its fair share of oddity, like the Illinois River Monster, Bigfoot. They've got his finger. Shapeshifters, mermaids, werewolves, Dracula. Wait, Dracula?
That Dracula illusion that we had shown you, that's real. Dracula's descendant really did live in Tulsa, and he hung out with, you know, and done Halloween shows and little parties for the kids. And there's the more we research, the more this stuff pops up here. It seems like this state is almost a magnet for neat little stories and bizarre legends.
Bobby and Jeramy Neugin have been known to use living, creepy, and slithering assistants in their show.
Now, you've seen the old rope trick where they cut the rope up, and okay, we wanted something different, so we took a live snake and cut it up. And there was blood everywhere, and then we put the snake back together.
As is the case in all of their macabre illusions, no snake was harmed during the trick. And the two have learned to adapt their illusions to fit any occasion, even Christmas.
I was taking Christmas light bulbs and eating them, and one by one, and then at the end I was pulling them out and I had them all strung together and they lit up at the end. And 3 weeks before I was doing the same trick, but it was with razor blades or needles. And so it was just an easy way of just transitioning that deal.
From Renaissance fairs to anti-drug shows for high schools to David Blaine-style street magic, the men of Lost City Magic have learned to become quick change artists, along with their sleight of hand.
We contacted magicians and bought books and materials and learned methods from China, United Kingdom, Australia, Great Britain.
And while their illusions gather inspiration from around the world, and their profession as entertainers takes them all over the country, they always come back to the one place that requires no conjuring. Because home, they remind me, always comes with a magic all its own. In Lost City, with Lost City Magic, I'm Shel Wagner.
For more information on bookings, you can visit Lost City Magic online by going to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com. All right, here on Film Row, there actually is no mystery about what has transformed these once empty buildings into what is now a thriving new downtown business district.
Good old-fashioned hard work and imagination, but you know, it is that spooky time of year. So how about we throw in a little bit of a ghost tale along with this tale of revitalization. Our story takes us to what is now the Paramount on Film Row. Some years ago, in the middle of the night in the screening room, something was showing that historian and film buff Bradley Wynn didn't expect.
And I was the only one in the building, and while I was putting something up on the stage, I happened to glance back and see a face in one of the projection booth windows.
Though not generally a believer in ghosts, Bradley, the author of a book on Film Row, is a believer in preserving the history of Oklahoma City, the kind made here in the Art Deco Film Exchange District, established back in the 20s at a safe distance from the central downtown area because the film stored in these buildings was highly flammable.
You come down here as a theater owner, buy everything you need for your theater, from carpeting to concession stands, and at the same time your films. There were 4 screening rooms down here that they could view films in for their theaters.
But it took plenty of vision and plenty of work to bring the district back, and one of the men who made it possible is businessman Chip Fudge.
I could care less about building a new building from the ground up. My passion is to sort of protect the historical buildings of Oklahoma City and Oklahoma.
Chip, whose business is now headquartered here in the old Hart Building, is one of the prime movers in the revitalization of Film Row.
It had an incredible group of architecturally diverse buildings, primarily Art Deco and mid-century modern. But as important as that, I really felt the fact that it was an intact district was something that I could brand and market and sell.
Chip persuaded several creative ventures to join him in the Hart Building, like the headquarters of the Dead Center Film Festival.
And Chip approached me and said, hey, we're redoing a building on Film Row. We think that's a really natural home for the film festival, and our board felt fantastic about that. Film Row has finally provided a home for the film industry in Oklahoma, and certainly on the west side of the state.
Also taking up residence here is KOSU Radio, the public radio affiliate of Oklahoma State University, which has a new state-of-the-art broadcast facility to complement what it does on the OSU campus.
It's built around a public performance space that will allow us for the first time to share music, share conversations, share culture with the people of Oklahoma City. And it's going to be a place where we can create content through the community and community through content. There are artists, there are restaurants, there's a lot to do down here, and so it was a natural fit for us, and we're thrilled to be part of it.
So head down to Film Row on Sheridan between Lee and Chartel, grab a slice or a salad at Joey's Pizzeria, a glass of wine and a sandwich, or coffee and a homemade dessert with a movie at the Paramount. Just keep an eye out for the ghost. Film Row runs along Sheridan Avenue just west of downtown OKC. You can find out what's going on at Film Row OKC on Facebook. Well, you know, you may not be afraid of no ghosts, but how about a glowing set of eyes peering at you through the dark woods?
Really? You can see how fast I can run in the other direction. That's what you're going to find out, but we're going to be investigating that and some other weird phenomenon when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues right after this.
On the road, one never knows what lies ahead. Indubitably, almost every week, one encounters bad form from Sunday drivers.
Sheer rudeness begets the occasional fender bender. Precisely why we have insurance from AAA.
Hear, hear.
A name drivers can trust.
Especially good ones.
Especially great ones.
Cheers!
Every night, my honey lemon eye.
Sit alone and talk.
Watch your heart.
Making lazy circles in the sky. You know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And we say,
we're only saying
you're doing fine, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
Daddy, look, a beaver.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, no.
Until there's an impenetrable force field to protect your car from woodland creatures, there's the next best thing, insurance from AAA.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. We are exploring the mysterious as Halloween approaches.
How about a big hairy mystery from down around Honubby, or the Bermuda Triangle of northwestern Oklahoma, or this kind of wacky sound waves in Tulsa? You know, when it comes to weird, baby, we've got it all.
In the densely forested, sparsely inhabited Kiamichis, where the population of bears, mountain lions, and bobcats far outnumbers that of humans, there allegedly roams another creature.
About a mile southwest here to Tim Humphrey's residence, they scared them so bad that they moved, you know. So they was coming right up to the house and trying to tear in, and scaring his wife and kids. They just couldn't take any more of it and moved out.
You could see shadows, something, I don't know what it was. I'm not saying it's Sasquatch, but there's something back there. And they fired these shadows, and it appeared to be whatever it was large.
Private investigator Roger Roberts has checked out Bigfoot sightings in this neck of the woods, and he suggests
if there's somebody back there playing games, you're risking your life, because these boys are pretty good hunters.
One night after hearing a commotion in the woods.
Well, there said, don't shoot, don't shoot. So I took my mag light and shined across the road, and it was kind of foggy and rainy. Not really expecting to see anything, and I did see illuminate these eyes looking back at me.
Then they blinked and were gone. With unexplained tracks and a variety of witnesses, the Bigfoot sightings have put the southeastern Oklahoma town of Honubby on the map. Even spawned an annual Bigfoot festival, which brings in folks from all over the country each fall. In far northwestern Oklahoma, at the Ames Astrobleem, a visit from a giant rock 400 million years ago left a lasting impression in more ways than one. Just look at this outdoor exhibit that has attracted an influx of tourism to the area. It's the largest oil-producing crater in the U.S., and some say the residual energy from that meteor long ago plays havoc on everything from your balance to your cell phone. About 200 miles northwest of there, as the crow flies, lies Beaver Dunes State Park. Lots of folks venture out to this location for some four-wheeling action, but most are blissfully unaware of the tales told online of alleged disappearances. As the story goes, Beaver Sand's Portal, or Shaman's Portal, is a door to another dimension where people have vanished, never to be seen again. Sort of Oklahoma's version of the Bermuda Triangle. Rumors persist to this day that Spanish explorer Francisco Vázquez de Coronado lost 3 men there while in search of the fabled 7 cities of Cibola in 1541. Purportedly, more recent events have caused tongues to wag about military-type people digging up what looked like a spacecraft in the pitch of night and men in suits with official-looking credentials, keeping folks warned off. And the Boston Avenue pedestrian overpass in downtown Tulsa is a place where you can reportedly experience an urban oddity. The center of the universe is what it's called. Just stand in the middle of the circle and quietly say, hello.
Hello?
What the heck was that? Let's do it again.
Hello? Hello?
It's like an echo in your head, only you can hear it. No one around you hears the booming reply that you just felt reverberate in your skull. So when you're planning your next Oklahoma outing, keep in mind that weird can be wonderful.
To plan your own whirlwind tour of the weird, find out more about the places we visited on the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
We do have one more ghost story for you.
In Hobart, a building with its own community spirit, when AAA's Discover Oklahoma returns.
I was sitting behind an SUV at a red stoplight, and I guess the light wasn't turning green fast enough for her, so she puts her SUV in reverse and backs right into my new car. I'd called her insurance several times, and they had never heard of her.
We recommended that she go ahead and turn the claim in to AAA so that AAA claims adjusters could take care of her.
I paid my $500 deductible to get my car fixed, and I didn't ever expect to see that money again.
I didn't want her to have to be out $500 because it wasn't her fault. So that was the only question. A lot of times if there is no insurance coverage, it's hard to get the other party to pay up.
2 months later, I had a check in the mail from AAA for my $500. So when I had given up on it, they were still fighting to get my money back for me.
She said, guess what? I got a check in the mail. That was a good feeling for her, and it made me feel good too.
They've really shown me that if I ever have a problem, that they're gonna help me fix it.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. How about next we head to Hobart for a play and a ghost?
A play and a ghost? Well, I tell you, the Short Grass Theater is the place you need to do that. It's easy to talk about all the things going on here at the Shortgrass Theater in Hobart. They put on 3 productions a year, and it's a great community theater. But there are some things going on here that's not so easy to talk about or explain. I'm talking about Charlie, the ghost who haunts the theater. Well, there's Charlie and a little boy who has been seen here too. The most recent eerie encounter with Charlie comes from a broken picture frame. Kathy Langford and another lady walked up to the landing and saw the picture laying on the floor broken. They wondered how it had fallen off, and the specific picture was of a production called Curious Savage. Now combine that with a headstone that was found years ago in the theater with the name Charles Savage on it, and that's why this ghost goes by the name of Charlie.
I laugh about it because some of the stories are funny and you can't help but laugh. I do think that it is haunted in here because of what I've heard. Coming up here at night, yes, it is scary. Especially when the lights aren't on, because you have to walk clear across the stage to get the lights on, and you have to go in the dark unless you have a flashlight. So it is kind of eerie coming in here. I came in here one night, and again, to measure the chairs, and the second time we came in here, the curtains on the stage were closed. And I was the last one here, and the curtains were open. And when I got here, the curtains were closed, and I could not walk down there, and I left.
When it comes to Charlie, some think this is him on the wall. This has been here for a while and has been painted over many, many times over the years, but it always shines through. Now, the building itself was built around 1912 and has been a city hall, a funeral home, and now the fire department.
They have bays where they keep the trucks, and some of the firemen have heard noises up here in the playhouse. Bowling balls sounds like bowling balls rolling across the stage. One said that there was a little boy in the bay wearing knicker pants running around the fire trucks, and he chased the child, and the child was gone. Things disappearing, noises, mainly noises up here in the theater that they can't explain.
Liz Lamb used to work as a police dispatcher downstairs, and she had several encounters with Charlie.
And it just got to be a thing where if things started disappearing, Charlie, I've got work to do. I don't have time to play tonight. Leave me alone. And usually it would kind of calm down. But if you went to dawdling, Charlie'd show up.
There are those who believe some of the strange occurrences can be explained by the fact that some of the children killed in the 1924 Christmas Eve Bapswich schoolhouse fire were brought to this building. Either way, it's difficult to explain what many, many people have seen and experienced here. Everyone has their own unique story, but one thing is sure, the ghosts seem to be working hard to keep this a community theater. To plan your trip to Hobart and check out all there is to do, go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
Our final mystery has perplexed the world.
What really happened to Amelia Earhart? Well, her life and legacy are honored at an Oklahoma City museum. We'll explain when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues right after this.
He's been our insurance agent for the last 6 years, but the year before that, he was the best man at my wedding.
Asked him if I could quote his auto insurance, to which he said, yes, but you're gonna have to beat the company I've been with for forever in order to get it.
I didn't think they'd be able to.
So I took the opportunity to quote it, and I know I was able to save him about $600 a year.
Man, I was just like, boom shakalaka, like, are you kidding me?
He actually said that on the phone, boom shakalaka.
You know, saving money with AAA means food on the table for my family. Even after he saved us tons of money, he's looked at our policy over the years and helped us make changes to save even more money without us asking.
We offer the best of both worlds. We have great customer satisfaction through the level of service that we provide, and combined with an amazingly low rate.
You know, as a parent and as a husband, having insurance is a safety net because life happens. I know that AAA is going to take care of us. I don't have to worry about it. AAA is going to be there. Levi's going to be there. They're going to take care of our needs.
Welcome back. AAA Oklahoma makes this show possible and does a lot of other terrific things around our state. Here's a look at today's AAA.
Chuck May here with AAA Oklahoma. Did you know we offer 3 different levels of membership so you can choose the package that best suits your needs? Our classic level is for drivers who stay mainly in their local area. It provides towing, battery jumps, locksmith, gas delivery, extraction, and tire service. Plus AAA travel and insurance discounts, making it a great starter package to protect you on the road. Now, if you drive further on a regular basis, the Plus level of membership might be the choice for you. It offers all the benefits of our classic level, plus extended roadside assistance and additional coverage for RVs and motorcycles. For long-distance drivers and frequent air travelers, our Premier level includes our highest level of emergency roadside coverage, personal concierge services, and a host of luxury amenities. So no matter what kind of driver you are, AAA has the membership coverage to protect you and keep you on the road. Visit AAA.com to learn more.
AAA, for the ones who matter most to you. We're going to wrap up our magical mystery tour of Oklahoma at the Oklahoma City Airport at the headquarters of the 99s, the International Organization of Women Pilots.
Now, its first president was Amelia Earhart, and of course her disappearance captivated the world. But at the 99 Museum of Women Pilots, her legacy and that of all other female aviators lives on.
This museum was designed specifically to tell the story of the 99s, a group of international women pilots, and to tell the history of women in aviation from the beginnings around 1911, when women first started getting their pilot's license, right up to current day. You'll see how their fascinating story evolved through the years up to and including how women play a vital and important part in today's space program.
We are one of the largest collections in the world of women aviation history, particularly of 2D kind of things. We have a large collection of things about Amelia Earhart, but we also cover a lot of important women, Louise Thaden, who won the first air race, all the way to Jerry Cobb in the space program, and so it's a wide variety of things.
But there is something about Amelia Earhart that has always fascinated people, and here at the museum, you'll find out about her important flights and the records she set. But it's important to not just say, yes, she disappeared, but to examine all the accomplishments that came before and after her.
She was very much a proponent of empowering women and to educating women, to get women involved in aviation, and saw the value of that and how that really helped women. And so we tell a brief timeline of history of how, you know, she flew and what she did. We have some really interesting artifacts. We have a bracelet that she wore. We have things that she picked up along her world travels. We have things that she flew with. And so we do have a lot of artifacts pertaining to her.
Many captivating and inspiring stories are to be found as one walks through the museum, from the true female pioneers in aviation from Harriet Quimby or Bessie Coleman, the first black woman to receive her pilot's license, or how about the history of the first 99 women from which the International Organization was founded and its goal to get women involved in aviation, to the women and their contributions in various wars, to commercial aviation and the space program. The stories tell of dedication, hard work, and perseverance over and over again in what was a male-dominated field. Now, some of those stories are now humorous, such as how women flying in the early days had to think about the role of how they dressed in society. So the first women aviators designed clothing for themselves that would be pants while they were flying, but when they stepped out of the cockpit, it appeared they were wearing a skirt so they would be socially acceptable.
So that people didn't say, oh my goodness, here's a woman wearing pants. She actually, you know, had to think outside the box. And so how women dressed and what was expected was even a shift. I would say most importantly, we want people to know the story of women in aviation. It's not just that the Wright brothers had built an airplane in this male-dominated world and then on to Wiley Post and those kind of wonderful men in aviation, but the early role that women played in aviation and the important role that they've played in aviation and how that's very empowering. And so I would hope that young girls can come here and say, I could do that too.
For more information on the 99's Museum of Women Pilots, their hours, things you can buy in the gift shop, just go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
That's our show for this week. A big thanks to the folks here on Film Row for hosting us.
And we also want to thank you very much for watching.
Next week, we are ready for fall, from the newly reopened Orr Family Farm in Moore to bouncing off the walls in Edmond to a fun pumpkin patch in Miami and trying not to fall in the sport of curling. Hope you'll join us.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.